In the first class, we have discussed about the relations, various types of relations, and solved some of the problems on relations. Now today, we will be discussing a special type of relation called equivalence relation. Then we will discuss about the properties of equivalence relation, equivalence classes, and solve some of the problems on equivalence relations. Now the question comes, under what condition a relation will be considered as an equivalence relation? As the definition says, a relation R on a set A is called an equivalence relation on A if it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So any relation satisfying these three properties, reflexive property, symmetric property, and transitive property, is called an equivalence relation. Taking some examples, the relation is equal to in the set of numbers, and we have already found that this relation is equal to is reflexive in nature, symmetric in nature, and transitive in nature. So it satisfies all the three properties. So it is an equivalence relation. Similarly, the relation is congruent to is equivalence in nature because it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So it is an equivalence relation. The relation is similar to in the set of triangles in a plane. Again, it satisfies these three properties: reflexive property, symmetric property, and transitive property, and hence it is an equivalence relation. Let us take the example each parallel to in the set of lines in a plane. And you know this relation each parallel to is reflexive, it is symmetric, and it is transitive. So it is an equivalence relation. Taking a numerical example, let's say set A contains three elements 1, 2, and 3. Now we can define 2 to the power 9 number of relations from A to A, and out of those 2 to the power 9 relations, here we have considered two relations R1 and R2. In the first relation, we find that the elements 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3 are present. That means 5 numbers of order pairs are present in the first relation. Now this relation contains 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So it is reflexive because in set A we have the elements 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3 are present. That means each element of set A is related to itself. So it is reflexive. Now we find that 1, 2 is present and 2, 1 is present. So A related to B implies B related to A. So it is symmetric in nature. For these remaining three elements, 1, 1, since the first element and second element are equal, so 1, 1 means it is the same as 1, 1. A related to B implies B related to A. Similarly, A related to B implies B related to A, and so on. So this relation satisfies all the three properties: reflexive property, symmetric property, and transitive property. So it is an equivalence relation in set A. Consider the second relation. Now it contains only two order pairs, 1, 1 and 2, 2. Now let us find out whether it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive or not. Now this relation is not reflexive because 1, 1 is present, 2, 2 is present, but 3, 3 is not present. So it is not an equivalence relation. This relation is not an equivalence relation. Now some of the examples like each greater than, the relation is greater than. it is not reflexive because a particular element cannot be greater than its share. So it is not reflexive. Again, it is not symmetric because A is greater than B does not mean that B is greater than A. Rather, we can say B is less than A. So it is not symmetric, but it is transitive. So all the three properties are not satisfied. So it is not an equivalence relation. Similarly, the relation is a subset of. It is only transitive and reflexive. It is not symmetric. So it is not an equivalence relation. Now the relation is the father of in the set of human beings. It is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So it is not an equivalence relation. Similarly, the relation is perpendicular to is neither reflexive nor transitive. Though it is symmetric, it is neither reflexive nor transitive. So it is not an equivalence relation. Now let us consider set A containing three elements 1, 2, 3, and we have taken the relation R1 containing the elements 1, 2 and 2, 1. So A related to B and B related to C should imply that A related to C to make it transitive. So this relation is not transitive. Again, it is not reflexive because 1, 1 is not there, 2, 2 is not there, and 3, 3 is not there. Though it is symmetric because 1, 2 is present means 2, 1 is present. So it is symmetric in nature, but it is neither reflexive nor transitive. So it is not an equivalence relation. Same is the case for R2. 1, 1 is not there. Though 2, 2 is present, 1, 1 is not there, 3, 3 is not there. So it is not reflexive. This relation is not a reflexive. Now 2, 1 is present, but 1, 2 is not present. So it is not symmetric. So since it is not reflexive and not symmetric, so all the three properties are not satisfied. So it is not an equivalence relation. Now this is a good example of equivalence relation. Let M be a positive integer. A relation R is defined on set Z of integers by A related to B if and only if A minus B is divisible by M. So this is our relation. We say A is related to B if and only if the difference of A and B, A minus B, is divisible by M. We have to prove that R is an equivalence relation on set of integers. So this relation will be an equivalence relation and we need to prove it. So to prove it an equivalence relation, first of all we have to prove reflexive property, then symmetric property, then transitive property. If all the three properties are satisfied for this relation, then it will be an equivalence relation. Now consider the reflexive properties. Let us consider any arbitrary element A belonging to the set of integers. And we know A minus A is equal to 0, which is divisible by M. So A related to A holds for all A belonging to Z. Therefore we can say the relation R is reflexive. Now to prove symmetric properties, let us consider any two arbitrary elements A and B belonging to the set of integers with the condition that A is related to B. Means we have assumed that A is related to B. Once A is related to B, that implies A minus B is divisible by M. That implies B minus A is also divisible by M. That means when A minus B is an integer, B minus A is also an integer. And when A minus B is divisible by M, B minus A is also divisible by M. That means we can say A related to B implies B related to A. So the relation is symmetric in nature. Now taking the transitive properties, let us consider three elements A, B and C belonging to the set of integers with the condition that A is related to B and B is related to C. We have assumed these two We have taken three elements A, B, C in Z such that A is related to B and B is related to C. And since A is related to B, by the definition of this relation, we can say A minus B is divisible by M. And since B is also related to C, we can say B minus C is also divisible by M. Now A minus B is divisible by M and B minus C is divisible by M. So their sum also must be divisible by M. That means A minus B plus B minus C, which becomes A minus C, is also divisible by M. And from this, we can conclude that A is related to C. Now we have assumed that A is related to B and B is related to C, and we find that A is related to C. So that means this relation is transitive in nature. Prior to this, we have already proved that it is reflexive, it is symmetric, and now we prove that it is transitive. So R satisfies all these three properties: reflexive property, symmetric property, and transitive property. So it is an equivalence relation in the set of integers. Now these are the questions for your homework. So thank you, friends. Control Shift.